Hello everyone, Shroomraver here, and today I am back on Showdown for a live session. I know it has been such a long time since I did a live session. Really happy to be back into it. I think it's been a fair few months since I have, to be honest. And you know, the reason for that was I happened to get quite busy with friends and stuff, prior engagements. So I couldn't really record like any weekends, which would be my main free time. And also, you know, there was nothing I wanted to use. There was no team I wanted to use. There was no individual Pokemon that I wanted to use. So I had no sort of impetus to build a team and to have some fun with it and to get some battles in a session with it. And then I started investigating Magic Room. And suddenly it just all flooded back. All the gimmickry, all the fun, everything just came right back, and suddenly I was right back into the mold that I was a few months ago, when session teams were what I wanted to do and I wanted to have gimmicks and have fun with it. And so I started playing with Magic Room. And I did an individual post-com the other day, and now I'm using a different team in a different tier, and we are going into OU with a Magic Room team. So let's take a look real quick at the team. Now, as I mentioned in my previous video on this move, I should probably explain the move first. For those of you who haven't seen that video, Magic Room is a 5-turn field move that prevents the use of items for those 5 turns, which can lead to some really interesting trickery, which I'm going to get onto. You'll notice I think 4 of my team members have either Switcheroo or Trick. We're getting into why in a little bit. As I said, into the team, and the first Pokemon I have is Klefki. Now, Klefki for me is the best Magic Room setter. It's one of only 3, I believe, that isn't weak to Dark. The other 2, fully evolved that is. No, it's not just, it's one of 2 sets. There's the Stantler, which can set it up, which is normal. And then there's the Psychic Fairies that can set it up. Everything else is weak to Dark, other than Klefki, who's the only one who actually resists Dark of the Magic Room users. And so for that reason, and for others, it is the perfect setter for me. It's got Magic Room, Carmine, Draining Kiss and Switcheroo with the Prankster Iron Ball. So I can get that Iron Ball Switcheroo off. No problem about the speed because of the Prankster. Set up the Magic Room, Carmine, Draining Kiss. It's just pretty bulky in its own way, especially once it's set up. And you know, we're just going to see how it works out here. I think it's going to be the best Magic Room setter that I've used. And to that end, it means I can use a Pokemon that's weak to Dark as my other Magic Room setter. So we got Latias, the red one. I still have trouble remembering which one's Latias and which one's Latios. The way I sort of try to remember it is Latios has an O in it, and it's the more offensive one. So there you go. That's how I remember it. Anyway, we have the red one here, Latias, rocking that Choice Scarf, which allows it to get the Magic Room off, almost guaranteed. It's one of the fastest Scarfers in the tier. So you've got Magic Room, Tailwind, Psyshock and Trick. Now I should say, for those of you again who haven't seen the previous video, a Choice Scarfer with Tailwind, Psyshock may set up the Magic Room. The thing about Magic Room is how it works. You go for Magic Room and all items lose their effect, so I can go for a Choice Scarf Magic Room, and then the Scarf becomes utterly irrelevant. I can do what I want. It does mean that I'm locked into Magic Room when Magic Room wears off, as it were. But for those 5 turns, I can do what I want. I can trick a Scarf, I can go for a Tailwind, then trick a Scarf, I can go for a Psyshock, and then I can make a Tailwind, and then trick a Scarf. You know, I can do whatever I want. So those 2 are my Trick Room. I'm a huge fan of Trick Room because it's room, and you use Trick Room more than you use Magic Room, no one uses Magic Room. Those are my 2 Magic Room setters. So, then we have a sort of defensive Volt Turning core. We've got Omnipresent, the Landorus-Therian, because it's everywhere. And this is basically, I think it's the only Pokemon on the team that doesn't either benefit or set up, benefit from or set up the Magic Room. It's just your Common or Garden, defensive Landorus-Therian, Earthquake, U-Turn, Knockoff and Stealth Rock. It's just one of the best Pokemon in the tier. And I just kind of wanted it. It matches up very well with Limescale, the Rotom-Wash. Now, this is one of my tricky little sets. Assault Vest, Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, Will-O-Wisp and Trick. Why do I have Will-O-Wisp and Trick on an Assault Vest set? That is because in Magic Room, the idea of Rotom in this situation is to cripple. Generally I like to aim for a Cleric, to cripple a Cleric, something that's going to Wish Pass, something that's going to go for Heal Bell, something that's going to Baton Pass. You trick that thing in Assault Vest under the effects of Magic Room. It means you can do that and just cripple them for the rest of the game, because they're Assault Vested. And that's how this Rotom works. It's a specially defensive spread, takes hits, can get Will-O-Wisps off, it's just pretty good. So then we have Jeff the Noivern, nice and specs Noivern. The beautiful thing about Noivern is that, because it's UU, it's not often seen in OU, per se, but it has great power, and it in a really lovely speed tier. Speed of 123, I believe it gets outsped by maybe 3 things in OU. Those being Talonflame, Megazam, and Weavile. Now Megazam and Weavile I believe are both BL, not actually OU, so you don't see them very often. And Talonflame, I have a defensive core, and the reason they're often on teams is specifically to deal with Talonflame. Even Spadef, Rotom-Wash deals with it perfectly well. So we've got excuse me, we've got this Noivern here. And the other point about that speed tier is, it's going to outspeed things that are generally Scarfed. But under Magic Room, the Scarf doesn't matter. So, if I come across a Scarf Latios, a Scarf Latias, a Scarf Gengar, under Magic Room, Noivern's going to outspeed all of those, and can pretty much KO them with whatever move it wants to go for. So that's the purpose of the Noivern. And then we have Supernova, the Mega-Gallade, and the secret 3rd Magic Room setter. We've got Close Combat, Zen Headbutt, Ice Punch, and Magic Room. It's the set Mogwai runs EV-wise. Everything into attack and speed, Jolly Nature, Close Combat, Zen Headbutt. I run Ice Punch over Knockoff because I already have Knockoff on this team. And I run Magic Room over Swords Dance because why the hell not? So yes, that is the team that I'm going to be working with. Let's get into a few games and, you know, see how we do. Okay, we have Shabba94. I'm just going to move my Camtasia bar over. We have Shabba94. He has got a fairly standard-ish team. We'll say have fun. So, what are we looking at here? Scarf Magnezone for trapping nasties. Got the Megalophony, the potential Scarf. Potentially, I said that weirdly. The potential Scarf on Latias, then equally could be a Scarfed Lando T. We are just going to lead with our own Landorus. Could be the Lopunny lead. He could see my lead coming and go with the Azumarill or his Lati. It's his own Lando. Now, I'm not running a single drop of speed on this thing. The temptation is to go for the U-turn, to get that slow U-turn. I could get my rocks up early game, but that could be defog Latios. Is the only thing. I think I will just go for the rocks. You know, we're not going to be taking anything from this Landorus, bar the rogue HP Ice. He's just going to set up his rocks. So it's a potential same set as mine. I'm going to go for the knockoff next turn. We'll see what he wants to do. If I win, if I go first this time, we'll know that it's pretty much done. No, he's going to go for the U-turn, which is fine. So he's not Scarf Lando, obviously not, because he's rocks. It'll be a defensive set, same as me. Into the Azumarill. Let's knock off an item. AV. I think that's a fairly common Azumarill to be running. From what I know of OU, which is not much. Now, Rotom and Klefki have the same amount of defense. Klefki is actually bulkier, physically. Simply by virtue of having slightly more HP, but I think he's not going to overpredict. He's just going to go for the Waterfall. So, let's go into Rotom to deal with that. No, it's an Aqua Jet. He gets a crit, which is unfortunate. But seeing how much that's done, he should probably know that I am defensive in some way, shape or form, or at least I'll have HP investment. So the question is, does he predict my Volt Switch and just go straight into his Lando? I have nothing really to lose by just going for a Volt Switch here. No, he goes into the Magnezone. Okay, that's fine. That is absolutely fine because it means I can go into Latias. Does it? Does it mean I can go into Latias? It does mean I could go into Landorus. You know, I could go into Landorus. Or I could get my Mega off with Gallade. I don't know, this is a tough one. I'll go into Latias. I think Latias should be able to take a hit from Magnezone. I would like to think that Latias can take a hit from Magnezone. It might be Specs though, you know. I forget what people run in OU because I play it just so intermittently. But we can go into the red one here, and maybe go for a Magic Room? Should we do it? Should we set up a Magic Room? And see what happens? That could be interesting. Yeah, there's the Magic Room. Haha, my friend. What are you going to do about this? I mean, he should know. Actually, that might not be Scarf because I do outspeed it unless he is Scarf. He goes into his own Lati. Right. Klefki can come straight in on this. And ideally trick it an Iron Ball. That's what we like to do, it's defog. Okay. Okay. What would come in on this? Tough to know. He might try and trap me with the Magnezone is all. He's got nothing to hit me. Nothing to hit me with this Latios. He has no reason to stay in. Let's go to Rotom, because Magnezone I don't think can touch Rotom. I thought that would be happening. Because what I can do is Will-O-Wisp something now. Go straight for the Thunder. Jesus. Not happy about that. That wasn't ideal. I will go into Lando. These things tend to be choiced. He might see that coming and just go straight into the Azumarill. Which would be tough. I'm drinking a lot of my tea early on in this recording. A lot of it. He's not choiced at all. And he gets the Spadef drop. Which isn't ideal. I will go for the Earthquake. Maybe he isn't invested in speed. I don't know. He could go into the Lassie. He's going to Volt Switch. No, I'm not switching out. Don't even try it, Shabba94. Okay, we have First Blood, turn 10. Down goes the Magnezone. Which is nice. Azumarill could come in, alternatively Lopunny, but I still have lots of use for this Landorus. Lots of use. It is going to be the Azumarill, and Rotom is not looking at a good amount of health right now. Really isn't. Ooh, what's he going to go for? He's... Okay, I think this time I want to go into Klefki. My thinking is he's going to go for a Play Rough this time, predicting the Lati. No, it's a knockoff. He gets rid of my Iron Ball. God damn you. How very dare you. Dare you knock off my Iron Ball. That was meant for your Latios. Oh well. You do what you can, you know. The knockoff didn't do a lot, but the other thing will. The other thing being, Waterfall. Let's go for a Magic Room again. Because I kind of want to burn this Azumarill. He brings in the Lopunny. This I am fine with. Can Draining Kiss you. He'll probably Fake Out. But you know, I'm defensively invested. Be interesting to see how much damage he can do to me. I wonder if a combination of Fake Out and High Jump Kick will do the damage. It might well do, you know. It might well do. I'm going to go for the Draining Kiss, just in case the High Jump Kick doesn't kill me. It does kill me. That's unfortunate. Oh no, I don't outspeed him. Magic Room, no. We're going to go into Lando, get the Intimidate. I thought I had Scarf Lati, but I don't, of course, because of Magic Room. And that, I fucking cancelled that. I cancelled that. I'll go for the Psyshock. He can take me out of the return. There's no three ways about it, really. He goes for the High Jump Kick, though. That's not a dead Lopunny. I'd have liked it if it was, but it's not. Basically. He might switch this out to save it. Because he still has that Fake Out priority. Oh, he gets a crit as well. Ah, dear me. This man is getting a sizable amount of luck on his side. I'll try and set up the rocks. If Landorus goes down, then, you know, Landorus goes down. He doesn't. He goes for the High Jump Kick and... Damn. Rather thought that he was just going to kill me off there. Does mean I get my my rocks up. So there's that. He can go for the High Jump Kick once again to take me out. It is fine. I have this Choice Scarf Latios, who will be able to do the damage. So let's go for the Psyshock and see if he wants to stay in. He might as well, because he's dead on entry. Jolly good. So another one bites the dust. We're 4 on 4, but he hasn't even brought out his Sylveon. Then again, I haven't brought out 2 of my mons, so there's that as well. Here's Landorus-Therian. I would like to keep Latios around. And when I say Latios, I mean Latias. What is he going to go for? Potentially just the U-turn. Potentially the U-turn. Or the knockoff. Let's go into Gallade. Let's do that. Let's make that happen. See if we can't get a Justify boost. No, he goes for his rocks straight off the bat. I'm going to Mega Evolve. Go for an Ice Punch, I think. Let's do that. Of course, another interesting thing about Magic Room on this team, Mega-Gallade is base 110 speed, as are the Latis. So, as Landorus just dies. If I go for a Magic Room, I can risk a speed tie with one of the Lati twins, or Gengar as it were. So that's an interesting thing, but I haven't actually played with. I should say that the addition of Landorus and Gallade to this team is completely new. I've tested out the other 4 members intermittently. but not these guys. Now, I am supremely weak to the fairies. Supremely weak to the fairies on this team. I'll go for a Zen Headbutt on the Sylveon. It'll do good damage. Hyper Voice will kill, but we knew that was going to happen. And now Noivern. Noivern can come in and go for a big Specs hit of some description. It's a Specs Sylveon. I applaud you, sir. I truly do. I applaud you for Specs Sylveon. But I have Specs Noivern. I just need to hit a Hurricane. We can do that, right? Right? We can do that? That's annoying. That's so annoying. Right, here's the plan, gang. We go for Tailwind here. I mean, I can try and go for a Tailwind here. He's going to be able to Hyper Voice me to death, and it's now down to Rotom to Super Mega Uber Crit Latios, which he won't be able to do. But we can try. We can damn well try. Go on, Limescale. Go for that big old Hydro Pump. Let's see here. Pathetic. Utterly pathetic. Oh well. Well, I guess GG to Shabba94. Oh well. Bit of a baptism of fire for the team there, but let's get some more games and see how well we can do. Right, Ivan times 3 is our opponent, to whom we shall say have fun. Interesting. He's clearly got the Sticky Web in the form of Galvantula. But he's also got 4 potential Megas, all of whom, when you see them on the tee, you think, ah, it's going to be the Mega. Maybe not the Venusaur so much. But, ooh. It's interesting, is what it is. It's interesting. I don't have Defog on this team, but I also don't have very much that cares about Sticky Web. So let's go with Gallade to open things off. If he goes with the Galvantula, that's fine, because I can go for a Magic Room and then kill it. How good would that be? I don't know what base speed Galvantula is. Let's have a look. It's base 108, which is great. Goes for the Magic Room, and now I'll just close combat it, and if he's sashed, it doesn't matter. Yes. Oh, it's... damn, why did I go for close combat? What a stupid mistake to make. I mean, I now outspeed him, so that's all fine and dandy, but I should really have gone for the Zenu Headbuttle. Is what I should have done, because that might have KO'd it. I was just thinking, haha, no sash for you. Completely forgetting that, of course, bug resist fighting. I went for the MLG stuff, and I forgot Battling 101. Type matchups. Of all the things, come on Shroom, get your head in the game. Right, anyway, speaking of head in the game, what is our friend here going to do? He could probably arrange with a Mean Shao. Or, if that is Mega Lopunny, that would be good for him. He's potentially trying to work out what the hell he's going to do with Magic Room, or more to the point, what the hell am I going to do with Magic Room? Altaria, I mean, you get outsped and potentially one-shotted with Ice Punch, right? Is that what we can do here? I might just leave Supernova in for as long as possible. As I say, none of the rest of my Pokemon care about Sticky Web. I've got 4 things that are off the ground. He has 1 less thing who's off the ground. And a Klefki with Prankster. And the straight up forfeit is real. Gallade doing things. Let's move on and see what other battles we can find.